Managing your time while operating multiple businesses, keeping God first, doing all the things. How is it possible to manage your time while doing all of this? That's the question we're addressing in today's VIP video. Welcome in leaders, high achievers, entrepreneurs, those of you who are committed to keeping God first in your life and in your business. I'm Dr. Giovanna, Lady J. Ellison, and I am committed to helping leaders just like you thrive in life and in business while keeping God first. So we had a great question come in from a leader, and this one was, how do you manage your time while operating multiple owned businesses and keeping God first? Let me give you one of the secret, well, it's not a secret, but one of the things that most leaders do really well, most successful leaders do really well. They know how to say no. You cannot do it all and do it well. Somebody needs to type that in the chat, type it in the comments. You cannot do it all and do it well. You have to prioritize your time and you have to protect your yes. What does that mean? That means you can't say yes to everything. Some things are going to be a not right now, or some things are going to be, hey, I'm not able to meet you for lunch, but here's a PDF of some of my best advice, or here's someone I can send in my stead for that speaking engagement, whatever it may be. Managing your time, you have to defend your time as a leader, because that is the one resource that we're not going to get more of, right? We are all getting older. We're all in that process of changing, of growing, of evolving. And so you want to get to the point where you say, you know what? I'm going to dedicate my time to the things that are in most alignment with where I'm going right now, the things that are in alignment with my current priorities. Because if you're doing too much, if you got, hands everywhere, then how are you going to fill your own cup if you are constantly being emptied? I'm reading a book right now by Cal Newport called Slow Productivity. Slow productivity. We're living in a time where everything is fast, right? We're living in a time with AI where it can pop out an essay that would normally take you, 2 weeks to write. It can pop it out in 2 minutes. And so we're living in a time where we are bloated with information, but we are starved for wisdom. And wisdom says, I cannot do it all and do it well. So I'm going to defend my time. I'm going to protect my time while I own these multiple businesses. I have a core value of keeping God first. And in order to embrace that, in order to embrace slow productivity, I'm going to do less. And you know what happens when you do less, when you go deeper with less? Your results are so much better. You're able to enjoy things again. You're able to get into alignment much more because you're not everywhere. All right. So that's number one. Learn how to say no. Learn how to protect your yes. So she has a two-part question. The second part is, how can I teach faith through my work and business? I've seen and heard about many children who I teach have never been to church or have experienced church in the community. So one of the big things, I'm a big proponent of letting your life speak. So let's say, for example, you're teaching and you want to talk about faith on your job. Maybe it's not allowed on your job, or maybe you have to be careful. There's a fine line that you have to walk. You can teach about your faith through work by letting your life speak. The actions that you take, the integrity that you walk in, the things that you say no to, the things that you will not allow in your home or even on your job, the things that you watch. I remember the other day, everything is on television now. And I remember I was flipping through something, and when I landed on it, I said, you know what? Even though I was the only person in the house, I said, you know what? Next. And I flipped right off of it because I said, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord, right? And so it's those things that you do behind the scenes that will speak outwardly for you, right? So make sure that you're living a life of integrity, and you can teach about your faith. You can teach about your faith by the life that you live, by the way you treat the waitress, the waiter, by the way you treat perfect strangers, by the way you are a responsible citizen, by the way you steward your gifts, by the things that you do, by the kindness that you show to other people. These are all things that you can do to let your life speak. And in closing, I'll give you a quick example. So I had a client to hire me for coaching. She was a medical doctor and didn't want to be a medical doctor anymore. She was very much interested in some other things, civic involvements within her community. So I coached her to help her start a successful business in civic work. But when she started coaching with me, she was a self-proclaimed atheist, where she said, hey, I know you are committed to keeping God first in life and business, but I'm hiring you because I want the business strategy, the strategic. I've heard you're really good at that. So I respect your belief about God here, but I'm not here for that. And so I said, you know what? I respect that. That's fine. I didn't say it was an automatic no. I said, Lord, give me what to say. Give me how to act so that I can let my life speak. Every session we had wasn't about me cramming 10 scriptures down her throat. Rather, it was about the respect that I showed her. It was about the kindness that I showed her. It was also about the way I challenged her in her business and the growth that she was able to see. So after a period of 6 months, when her coaching engagement came to an end, and the last call, I'll never forget it. I can see her face right now. But on the last call, she said, Lady J, would you pray for me? And that was a big leap. For someone who shunned prayer, who never wanted anybody to pray for her, who never really even embraced the whole idea of it, for her to ask was a big deal. And so that comes along with letting your life speak. So there's so much you can do along that vein. And I hope this was helpful for you. Listen, make sure that you subscribe to the channel so we can continue to send you great value just like this on a consistent basis.